Okay, so I never thought I'd be posting something like this. Seriously. Me? Drama? Nah. But I'm sitting here, shaking, and I need to get this out before I actually combust. Am I overreacting? Probably. But still, it all started with the freaking heat wave. We're talking triple digits, the kind of heat that melts your brain and makes you question every life choice you've ever made. My AC's busted, of course it is, and my apartment feels like a freaking pizza oven. So I did what any sane or maybe insane person would do. I grabbed my swimsuit and headed to the public pool. You know, the one with screaming kids, questionable chlorine levels, and that faint smell of hot dogs. Yeah, that one. I meet up with Sarah, my bestie since kindergarten, the ride or die type, and immediately regret my life choices. The pool's packed. We're talking wall-to-wall humanity. Still, we stake out a tiny patch of concrete near the shallow end and try to make the best of it. Now, here's where things start to go south. And I mean really south. My bikini. It's new. Cute. A little daring, maybe. It's a tie front halter top. Super cute. I thought. Emphasis on thought. Within like 5 minutes, I'm sweating buckets. The straps are digging into my neck, the sun is beating down, and I feel like I'm suffocating. Sarah's already in the water, looking like she's living her best life. Me? I'm contemplating jumping into a vat of ice water. I'm dying, I moan to Sarah, who's conveniently ignoring me from the relative cool of the pool. Dramatic much? She yells back, splashing me. I glare. Dramatic? Maybe. But I'm genuinely uncomfortable. And hot. And cranky. So I made a decision. A really, really stupid decision. I glanced around. Nobody seemed to be paying attention. The lifeguards were busy yelling at kids. The other adults were either sunbathing or already submerged. And I untied my bikini top. Not completely off, okay? Just untied. I loosened the straps, let it hang a little lower, trying to get some air circulation going. It felt amazing, like a tiny rebellious act against the oppressive heat. For like 2 seconds, because then, all hell broke loose. An older woman sitting a few feet away gasped, like a full-on, dramatic, movie-style gasp. She clutched her pearls, yes. She was actually wearing pearls at a public pool and gave me the dirties. Look I've ever seen in my life. Young lady, she screeched. This is a public place. Have you no decency? I froze. My face went hot. I wanted to disappear. Sarah, bless her heart, started sputtering with laughter. And that, my friends, is when I realized I'd officially become that girl. The one causing a scene at the public pool. Has anyone else ever been through something this mortifying? Tell me I'm not alone. Because right now, I feel like I'm going to spontaneously combust from embarrassment. Okay, so the pearl-clutching woman, let's call her Pearl, because duh, is now full on lecturing me. I swear her voice could shatter glass. Every head in a 5-mile radius turned to stare. Think of the children, Pearl screeched, pointing a bony finger in my direction. This is not appropriate. You're practically indecent. Practically indecent? I'm wearing a bikini. It's literally designed for swimming. But try explaining that to Pearl. It's like trying to argue with a brick wall wearing pearls and judging my life choices. My internal monologue is going into overdrive. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Everyone's staring. Am I actually indecent? Was this a really stupid thing to do? Maybe Pearl's right, but it was so hot. And this bikini is actually pretty modest, all things considered. Why is she making such a big deal out of this? Sarah, meanwhile, is trying and failing to stifle her laughter. I elbow her in the ribs. Seriously, Sarah, help me out here, I hiss. Okay, she says, trying to compose herself. She turns to Pearl with a sickly sweet smile. Excuse me, ma'am? I think you might be overreacting a little bit. It's a swimsuit. It's a pool. She's not hurting anyone. Pearl just glares at Sarah, then turns back to me with renewed vigor. Overreacting? Young lady, your lack of respect is appalling. You should be ashamed of yourself. Ashamed? I felt a full-blown panic attack brewing. My chest tightened. My palms started sweating, and my vision blurred. Okay, deep breaths? Deep breaths. It's just a crazy lady. It's just a pool. It's just my freaking bikini. But the words just kept echoing in my head. Think of the children, indecent, ashamed. I wanted to crawl under a rock and die, or maybe just dissolve into a puddle of chlorine. Suddenly, a new voice cut through the chaos. A male voice, a deep, slightly annoyed voice. Look, lady, the voice said. She's just trying to cool down. It's a freaking heat wave. Leave her alone. I looked up. Standing there, arms crossed, was a guy. Tall, dark hair, surprisingly attractive, and, wait a minute, wasn't he one of the lifeguards? He was, and now he was defending me against Pearl, my knight in shining, slightly sweaty lifeguard uniform. Pearl huffed, clearly not happy about being challenged. Well, I never, she sputtered. This is outrageous. I'm going to complain to the manager. And with that, she stormed off, her pearls practically rattling with indignation. The lifeguard turned to me, a slight smile playing on his lips. You okay? He asked. Okay? I was mortified, embarrassed, and hyperventilating, but also strangely grateful. Yeah. Thanks, I managed to stammer. For, that, he shrugged. No problem. Just trying to keep the peace. And honestly, it's too damn hot to deal with drama like that. He winked. Winked! And that's when things got even more complicated. Because now, on top of everything else, I was starting to feel attracted to the lifeguard. Is this my life now? Public pool drama, pearl-clutching Karens, and ridiculously attractive lifeguards? I'm not sure I can handle this level of chaos. Seriously, send help, and maybe a therapy appointment. Okay, so the lifeguard just winked at me. Winked? I haven't been winked at in, well, maybe ever. My brain is officially fried. Sarah is now beside herself with amusement. She's practically choking on her own laughter. Oh my God, that was amazing. You're basically living a cheesy rom-com. Rom-com? More like a cringe-com. Shut up, I mutter, trying to regain some semblance of composure. This is not funny. I almost had a full-blown panic attack, and now I'm probably banned from the pool. Relax, Sarah says, still grinning. You're not banned, and you have a hot lifeguard crushing on you. This is a win-win, crushing on me? Please. He was just being nice. Probably. Or maybe, no. Don't go there. The lifeguard, my temporary savior, clears his throat. So, I'm Liam, by the way. He extends his hand. Liam? Even his name is ridiculously attractive. I'm protagonist's name, I stammer, shaking his hand. His grip is firm. Warm. Send help. Nice to meet you. Protagonist's name, he says, his eyes crinkling at the corners. Maybe. Maybe you should retie that top before Pearl comes back for round 2? He's trying to be helpful. I know he is, but the sheer awkwardness of the situation is almost unbearable. I quickly retie the straps, my fingers fumbling with the knots. I can feel my face burning. I'm pretty sure I'm now the color of a ripe tomato. Thanks, I mumble, avoiding eye contact. I appreciate it. No problem, Liam says. Just, trying to keep the peace and make sure everyone's safe. He glances at my bikini top, then quickly looks away. I swear, I saw a hint of a blush on his cheeks. Okay, maybe Sarah is right. Maybe there's something there, but I'm too mortified to even think straight. Liam excuses himself, saying he needs to get back to, lifeguarding. Sarah and I watch him walk away, his toned back glistening in the sun. Okay, Sarah says, nudging me with her elbow. You need to talk to him. Seriously? He's totally into you. No way, I say, shaking my head. He's just being nice. He probably feels bad for me. Or maybe he thinks you're cute and he likes your rebellious spirit. Rebellious spirit? I untied my bikini top because I was hot. That's hardly rebellious, more like desperate. But Sarah's persistent. And honestly, a tiny part of me, maybe, wants to believe her. So I do something incredibly stupid. Again, I decide to go for a swim, near Liam's lifeguard stand. I tell myself it's just to cool off, that I'm not trying to impress him, that I'm not trying to orchestrate some kind of cheesy meet cute. But let's be real, people. I was totally trying to orchestrate a cheesy meet cute. And guess what? It went horribly, hilariously, embarrassingly wrong. I dove into the pool, trying to look graceful, trying to look carefree, trying to look dateable, and promptly swallowed half the pool water and nearly choked to death. Liam, of course, had to jump in and save me. Again. Now, I'm officially that girl, the one who causes a scene at the public pool, gets lectured by Pearl, and almost drowns in front of the hot lifeguard. I think I need to move to another country. Anyone hiring? Preferably somewhere without pools and judgmental Pearl wearers. And maybe without ridiculously attractive lifeguards who make me do incredibly stupid things. Send tequila and a new life. I'm sputtering, coughing, and generally making a complete fool of myself as Liam hauls me out of the pool. The water is burning my nose, my eyes are stinging, and I'm pretty sure I just inhaled enough chlorine to kill a small horse. He sets me down gently on the side of the pool, his face etched with concern. Are you okay? What happened? I don't know, I gasp, still choking. I just swallowed a lot of water. You need to be careful, he says, his voice a little sterner this time. The pool can be dangerous, even for good swimmers. Good swimmers? I wouldn't exactly classify myself as a good swimmer. More like an adequate floater with occasional bursts of frantic paddling. Sarah rushes over, a towel in hand, her initial amusement having morphed into genuine concern. Oh my God, are you okay? You looked like you were drowning. I almost was, I croak, gratefully accepting the towel. Liam hovers for a moment, clearly unsure of what to do. Maybe you should sit down for a while and catch your breath, he suggests. And maybe avoid swimming for the rest of the day. Avoid swimming? Are you kidding me? I'm never going near a body of water again. I nod weakly, feeling like the world's biggest idiot. As I sit there, wrapped in the towel, trying to regain my dignity, I notice something strange. Liam is talking to someone. A man. An older man. A man who looks familiar. The man is pointing at me. Liam is shaking his head. The man is talking more insistently. Liam sighs. And then, Liam starts walking towards me. My heart pounds. Is he going to tell me off? Is he going to ban me from the pool? Is he going to tell me he was only being nice because he's required to rescue drowning idiots? He stops in front of me, his expression unreadable. Look, protagonist's name, he says, his voice low. There's something I need to tell you. My stomach drops. This is it! The rejection. The humiliation. The final nail in the coffin of my already disastrous day. That man I was just talking to, he says, gesturing vaguely in the direction of the older gentleman. He's my dad. Okay, that's not as bad as I thought it would be. Okay, I say, trying to sound casual. And, Liam hesitates, and he kind of owns the pool. Wait. What? He owns the pool? I repeat, dumbfounded. Liam nods, looking sheepish. Yeah, he's been running it for like 30 years. It's kind of a family thing. My mind is reeling. Pearl, the near-drowning experience, the lifeguard crush, and now, this? The guy I'm crushing on is the son of the pool owner? My life is officially a soap opera. So, I say, slowly. He saw me, untying my bikini top and almost drowning, and now you're here to, what? Fire me from existence? Liam winces. No, nothing like that. He's a bit old-fashioned. He takes the rules very seriously. He was worried about, the whole bikini top situation. And then he saw you struggling in the water and, well, he just wanted me to make sure you were okay. He sighs. He can be a bit overbearing sometimes. Overbearing? That's putting it mildly. He sounds like a control freak. But, wait a minute. This changes everything. Suddenly, Liam isn't just a hot lifeguard. He's the son of the pool owner. He's got family pressure. He's probably stuck working here for the rest of his life. And maybe he's just as trapped in this ridiculous situation as I am. I look at him, really look at him, and I see a flicker of something in his eyes. A hint of frustration? Resignation? Maybe even sympathy? Look, I say, feeling a surge of something. Empathy? Solidarity? This has been a really weird day, and I probably made a fool of myself. But I swear, I wasn't trying to cause any trouble. It was just really hot. Liam smiles, a genuine smile this time. I get it, he says. It's always crazy here, especially during a heat wave. And my dad, well, he means well. He just gets a little protective of the pool. It's his baby, His baby? I'm starting to think that baby needs a serious intervention. But as I look at Liam, standing there in his lifeguard uniform, a little rumpled, a little embarrassed, but undeniably cute, I realize that maybe, just maybe, this disastrous day at the public pool might not be a total loss. Because underneath all the chaos and embarrassment, there's a spark of something. And I'm starting to think I might want to see where it goes. But first, I need a serious talk with Pearl, and maybe a stiff drink. Okay, so now I know Liam is basically pool royalty. This changes everything. Before, he was just a hot lifeguard. Now, he's a hot lifeguard with the weight of his father's legacy and potentially his own destiny on his shoulders. The stakes have officially been raised. First things first, though. I need to deal with Pearl. I can't just let her get away with publicly shaming me in front of everyone. I find her sitting on a bench near the kiddie pool, fanning herself with a magazine. She looks up as I approach, her eyes narrowing. "Oh," she says, her voice dripping with disdain. "It's you." "Yes, it's me," I say, trying to sound confident. "And I wanted to talk to you." "I doubt we have anything to discuss," she sniffs, turning her nose up in the air. "Actually, we do," I say, taking a deep breath. "I wanted to say that I think you were completely out of line earlier. I was hot and uncomfortable, and I adjusted my swimsuit. It wasn't indecent, and it certainly wasn't worth a public shaming." Pearl scoffs. "Indecency is in the eye of the beholder, young lady, and I found your behavior to be highly inappropriate. Think of the children." "I am thinking of the children," I say, my voice rising slightly. "I'm thinking about teaching them not to be judgmental and to mind their own business. I'm thinking about teaching them that women shouldn't be shamed for their bodies." Pearl opens her mouth to retort, but I cut her off. "And another thing," I say, feeling a surge of righteous anger. "You have no idea what I'm going through. You don't know my life. You don't know why I was at this pool today. So maybe, just maybe, you should try a little empathy instead of jumping to conclusions and making people feel like crap." I pause, catching my breath. Pearl is staring at me, her mouth agape. "I'm not saying I'm perfect," I continue, my voice softening slightly. "But I deserve to be treated with respect. And I didn't get that from you today." And with that, I turn and walk away, leaving Pearl speechless on the bench. Okay, confrontation over. Now what? I find Sarah sitting at our little patch of concrete, looking slightly bewildered. What was that about? She asks, raising an eyebrow. I just told Pearl off, I say, feeling a weird mix of exhaustion and satisfaction. Good for you, Sarah cheers. She totally deserved it. Yeah, but now what? I ask, collapsing onto the concrete. Liam is the pool owner's son. This is getting complicated. Complicated is fun, Sarah says, grinning. Think of the possibilities. You could become the pool queen. You could get free passes for life. You could marry into the pool dynasty. Okay, slow down there, drama queen, I say, laughing. I'm not trying to marry anyone. I don't know. He seems nice, and maybe a little trapped, and I kind of want to see what happens. Then go for it, Sarah urges. What do you have to lose? Besides, you already made a fool of yourself in front of him. Might as well embrace it, she has a point. But Liam, the pool, his dad, the legacy. It's a lot to take in. I decide to take a walk around the pool, trying to clear my head. I pass the kiddie pool, the diving board, the snack bar, each one a reminder of the chaos and absurdity of the day. And then I see him. Liam. He's sitting by the lifeguard stand, looking out at the water. I hesitate for a moment, then I walk over to him. Hey, I say, trying to sound casual. What are you doing? Just thinking, he says, turning to me with a small smile. About the pool. About my dad. About everything. I get it, I say. It's a lot to handle. Yeah, he says, sighing. It is. Sometimes I feel like I'm drowning in chlorine and responsibility. I laugh. I know the feeling. I almost literally drowned earlier. He laughs too, and for a moment the tension between us dissipates. So, I say after a pause, what are you going to do? About the pool? He asks. About everything, I say, looking him in the eye. He hesitates for a moment, then he says, I don't know. But maybe we could figure it out together? And that, my friends, is when I realize that this crazy, chaotic, embarrassing day at the public pool might just be the beginning of something interesting. But first, I need a margarita. And maybe a serious conversation with Liam about his father's obsession with pool rules. Figure it out together? The words hang in the air, thick with possibility and potential disaster. My heart is doing that fluttery thing it does when I'm both excited and terrified. What do you mean? Figure it out together, I ask, trying to play it cool. Liam shrugs, a shy smile playing on his lips. I don't know. Maybe we could grab a drink sometime? Talk about the pool, my dad, our mutual near-death experiences. A drink? With Liam? Outside of the chlorine-scented confines of the public pool? Yes, please. I'd like that, I say, trying not to sound too eager. A margarita sounds amazing right about now. Great, Liam says, his smile widening. How about tomorrow night? There's a decent place downtown. Perfect, I say. I'll text you. He nods, then glances at his watch. I should probably get back to, lifeguarding. But I'll see you tomorrow night? Tomorrow night, I confirm, feeling a surge of giddy excitement. As Liam walks back to his lifeguard stand, I practically skip back to Sarah. Okay, you were right, I exclaim. He asked me out. We're getting margaritas tomorrow night. Sarah squeals with delight, jumping up and down. I knew it. I told you. You're going to be the pool queen. Don't get ahead of yourself, I say, laughing. It's just one date, and he has a complicated family situation. And his dad is obsessed with pool rules. Details. Sarah waves her hand dismissively. Just focus on having fun. And maybe try to convince him to loosen up his dad's rules a little bit. Get rid of the no running signs. Allow inflatable unicorns. Make the pool a more fun place. I'll see what I can do, I say, grinning. But first, I need a plan. A plan to navigate this complicated situation without completely embarrassing myself. The rest of the afternoon passes in a blur. Sarah and I soak up the last rays of sun, chatting about potential date outfits and strategies for dealing with Liam's overbearing father. By the time we leave the pool, I feel exhausted, but strangely optimistic. That evening, I meet Sarah for those much-needed margaritas. We find a quiet little bar with outdoor seating and order a round. "Okay, spill," Sarah says, leaning forward eagerly. "What's the plan?" "The plan is—" "I don't have a plan," I admit, taking a sip of my margarita. "I'm just going to be myself and try not to do anything too stupid." "That's a terrible plan," Sarah exclaims. "You need a strategy. You need to figure out what Liam wants, what his dad wants, and how to navigate the situation without getting caught in the crossfire." I know, I say, sighing. "But it's all so complicated. I don't even know Liam that well. How am I supposed to figure out his family dynamics in one date?" "You're smart," Sarah says, bumping my shoulder. "You can do it. Just be observant. Ask questions. And maybe, just maybe, try to win over his dad." "Win over his dad?" I repeat, skeptically. How am I supposed to win over a man who thinks my bikini top is a threat to public decency? "I don't know," Sarah says, shrugging. "Maybe you could offer to volunteer to teach swimming lessons to underprivileged kids. Or maybe you could organize a pool cleanup event. Or maybe you could just show him that you're a good person who cares about the community." "Those are all good ideas," I say, "but I have a better one." "Oh yeah? What's that?" Sarah asks, intrigued. "I'm going to stage an intervention," I say, a mischievous glint in my eye. "An intervention?" Sarah repeats, incredulously. "For Liam's dad? Are you crazy?" "Maybe," I say, grinning. "But hear me out. Liam clearly loves his dad, but he also knows that he can be a bit much. Maybe, just maybe, if we can get him to loosen up a little bit, it would make everyone's lives easier." "How are you going to do that?" Sarah asks, her eyes wide with anticipation. "I have a few ideas," I say, taking another sip of my margarita, "but it's going to require some help, and a lot of tequila. The plan is hatched." "It's crazy!" "It's probably going to fail spectacularly. But hey, what do I have to lose? Besides my dignity, of course." And so, with a margarita-fueled sense of determination, I set out to change the rules of the pool. One pearl clutching parent at a time. The next day is a whirlwind of preparation. I rope Sarah into helping me gather supplies. Inflatable flamingos, water balloons, a portable speaker, and enough snacks to feed a small army. Operation Pool Party is officially a go. My plan is simple, yet audacious. Throw an impromptu pool party to demonstrate that loosening the rules can actually make the pool a more enjoyable and vibrant space. The key is to get Liam's dad, Mr. Henderson, to witness the fun firsthand. I meet Liam that evening for our margarita date, feeling a mix of excitement and trepidation. He looks handsome in a casual button-down shirt and jeans, a definite upgrade from the lifeguard uniform. "Hey," he says, smiling. "You look great." "Thanks," I say, blushing slightly. "You too." We head to the bar, a trendy spot downtown with a lively atmosphere. As we sip our margaritas, we talk about everything and nothing. Our favorite movies, our dream vacations, our most embarrassing childhood memories. Liam is funny, intelligent, and surprisingly insightful. I find myself falling for him harder than I expected. But as the evening progresses, I can't help but steer the conversation towards the topic of his dad. "So," I say casually, "your dad seems like a really dedicated guy." "He is," Liam says, sighing. "He's put his heart and soul into that pool. It's his whole life." "That's admirable," I say. "But does he ever relax?" Liam laughs. "Not really. He's always worried about something. Safety regulations, maintenance issues, unruly teenagers. He never really takes a break." "That sounds exhausting," I say. "Maybe he needs a vacation." "Tell me about it," Liam says. "I've been trying to convince him to take a cruise for years." But he always says he can't leave the pool in someone else's hands. Maybe he needs to trust other people more, I suggest. Maybe he needs to loosen up a little. Liam looks at me thoughtfully. You think so? I do, I say. I think the pool could be even more amazing if he was willing to let go a little bit. Let people have some fun. You know, inject some joy into the chlorine. Liam smiles, a glimmer of hope in his eyes. You might be right, but I don't know how to convince him. Leave that to me, I say, winking. I have a plan. I explain Operation Pool Party to Liam, expecting him to balk at the sheer audacity of it. But to my surprise, he's immediately on board. That's crazy, he says, grinning. But I love it. I'm in. Really? I ask, surprised. You're willing to risk your dad's wrath? I'm willing to risk a lot of things to see my dad smile for once, Liam says, his voice serious. Besides, I think you're right. He needs to loosen up. And if anyone can make that happen, it's you. And so with Liam's help, Operation Pool Party takes shape. We plan the event for the following afternoon, hoping to catch Mr. Henderson at a time when the pool is relatively quiet. The next afternoon, Sarah and I arrive at the pool, armed with our arsenal of fun. We set up the inflatable flamingos, blow up the water balloons, and crank up the music. At first, the other pool goers look at us with a mixture of curiosity and apprehension. But as the music gets louder and the water balloons start flying, they begin to relax and join in the fun. Soon, the pool is filled with laughter, splashing, and general merriment. Even the teenagers, who usually lurk in the corners looking bored, are cracking smiles. And then I see him. Mr. Henderson. He's standing by the entrance to the pool, his arms crossed, his expression unreadable. My heart pounds. This is it, the moment of truth. I take a deep breath and walk over to him. Mr. Henderson, I say, trying to sound confident. I wanted to show you something. I gesture towards the pool, where people are laughing, splashing, and generally having a great time. Look at this, I say. Everyone is having fun. They're enjoying themselves. And they're not breaking any rules. They're just being happy, Mr. Henderson looks at the scene before him, his eyes softening slightly. I know you care about this pool, I say. I know you want to keep everyone safe. But sometimes you have to let people have some fun. You have to trust them to make good choices. You have to let go a little. Mr. Henderson is silent for a moment, then he sighs. You know, he says, you remind me of my wife. She always knew how to get me to loosen up. He pauses, a wistful look in his eyes. She would have loved this, he says, gesturing towards the pool party. And then something unexpected happens. Mr. Henderson smiles, a genuine, heartfelt smile. And in that moment, I realized that maybe, just maybe, Operation Pool Party is actually working. Mr. Henderson's smile is like a crack in a dam, releasing years of pent-up stress and worry. He watches the pool party for a few more minutes, a mixture of amusement and disbelief on his face. Then, he does something truly unexpected. He reaches for a water balloon. My jaw drops. Is he actually going to? He turns to me, a mischievous glint in his eyes. All right, young lady, he says. Show me how this thing works. I grin, grabbing another water balloon. It's easy, I say. You just throw it. I demonstrate, launching a water balloon at a group of giggling teenagers. They shriek with delight and retaliate with a volley of their own. Mr. Henderson laughs, a hearty, booming laugh that I haven't heard before. He throws his water balloon, hitting a surprisingly accurate shot on Liam, who's laughing and splashing with a group of kids. Liam looks up, surprised, then grins at his father. Hey, Dad! You're getting pretty good at this, Mr. Henderson shrugs, a self-deprecating smile on his face. Just trying to keep up with the young folks, he says. And then, something truly amazing happens. Mr. Henderson and Liam start playing together. They throw water balloons at each other. They splash each other. They laugh together. It's like watching two completely different people. Sarah elbows me in the ribs. "You did it," she whispers. "You actually did it. You broke through the Henderson armor." I smile, feeling a surge of pride and satisfaction. It wasn't just me, though. It was the music, the laughter, the community, the sheer joy of the moment. It was the power of letting go and embracing the fun. As the afternoon progresses, Mr. Henderson becomes more and more involved in the pool party. He even DJs for a while, playing a mix of classic rock and upbeat pop. The pool-goers are amazed to see the normally stern and serious Mr. Henderson dancing and singing along to the music. By the time the sun begins to set, everyone is exhausted but happy. The pool is a mess of inflatable toys, water balloons, and discarded snacks, but it's also filled with a sense of camaraderie and joy that I've never experienced before. As the pool empties out, I help Liam and Mr. Henderson clean up. We work together, laughing and joking, and for the first time, I feel like I'm part of something bigger than myself. After the cleanup, Mr. Henderson pulls me aside. "Thank you," he says, his voice sincere, "for showing me that it's okay to have fun, for reminding me that life is about more than just rules and regulations." "You're welcome," I say, smiling. "I just wanted to help. You did more than help," he says. "You brought joy back into this pool, and you reminded me what it's like to be happy." He pauses, then adds, "And you've made my son very happy too." I blush, glancing at Liam, who's watching us with a warm smile. "Mr. Henderson claps me on the shoulder. "You're a good influence, young lady. I hope you stick around." And then he walks away, leaving me alone with Liam. "So," Liam says, his eyes sparkling, "what do you think? Did Operation Pool Party succeed?" "I think it was a resounding success," I say, grinning. "You and your dad were amazing." "He hasn't been that happy in years," Liam says. "You really made a difference." "We made a difference," I correct him. "It was a team effort." "Yeah," Liam says, nodding. "It was, and I couldn't have done it without you." He steps closer, his eyes locking with mine. "Thank you," he says, his voice soft, "for everything." And then he kisses me. It's a slow, sweet kiss, filled with gratitude and affection. It's the perfect ending to a crazy, chaotic, but ultimately wonderful day. As we pull away, I can't help but smile. Who knew that untying my bikini top at a public pool could lead to this? A pool party, a father-son reconciliation, and a kiss with the ridiculously attractive lifeguard. My life is officially a rom-com, and I'm starting to think I might actually like it. The kiss lingers in the air, sweet and promising. The setting sun casts long shadows across the empty pool deck, creating a scene that feels both intimate and surreal. So Liam says, breaking the silence, "I guess this means we should probably go on a second date?" "I guess it does," I say, grinning. "Unless you're suddenly regretting that whole kissing thing." "Not even a little bit," Liam says, shaking his head. "I'm definitely not regretting it. In fact, I'm already looking forward to the next one." "Good," I say, "because I have a few ideas. Maybe we could go to a movie? Or try that new Italian restaurant downtown?" "Those both sound great," Liam says. "But I have a suggestion too. How about we go back to the pool?" I raise an eyebrow. "Back to the pool? Are you serious? After everything that's happened, you want to go back to the scene of the crime?" "I do," Liam says, smiling. "But not as lifeguards or pool-goers. As something else. I have a surprise planned." "A surprise?" I repeat, intrigued. "Now you're just trying to tempt me." "Is it working?" Liam asks, his eyes sparkling. "Maybe," I say, laughing. "Tell me more." "I can't," Liam says. "It's a surprise." "You'll just have to trust me." "Trust you?" I say, teasingly. "After you let your dad nearly ban me from the pool?" "Hey, I was just following orders," Liam protests. "Besides, I made up for it, didn't I?" You did, I admit. You definitely did. All right, I'm in. But if your surprise involves me cleaning up another pile of water balloons, I'm out. Deal, Liam says, grinning. No water balloon cleanup. I promise. We make plans for our second date. A secret rendezvous at the pool after closing hours. The anticipation is almost unbearable. The next few days are a whirlwind of excitement. The pool is noticeably more relaxed and fun. Mr. Henderson has loosened the rules, allowing inflatable toys and even a few well-behaved dogs to take a dip. The pool-goers are thrilled, and the atmosphere is buzzing with positive energy. Even Pearl seems to have softened her stance. She actually smiled at me the other day, which I took as a sign of progress. Liam and I steal moments together whenever we can, sharing quick kisses behind the lifeguard stand and exchanging playful texts throughout the day. I'm falling for him hard, and I can't help but feel like this is the start of something truly special. But as our second date approaches, I start to feel a sense of unease. Something is bothering me, a nagging doubt that I can't quite shake. It's not Liam. He's wonderful. It's not Mr. Henderson. He's actually growing on me. It's something else, something deeper. I realize that I'm starting to feel trapped. Trapped in Liam's world. Trapped in the world of the pool. Trapped in a relationship that's moving too fast. I love spending time with Liam, but I also miss my own life. I miss my friends, my hobbies, my independence. I'm afraid that I'm losing myself in this whirlwind romance, and I'm not sure I'm ready for that. I confide in Sarah, hoping she can offer some advice. You're scared, she says after listening to my concerns. You're afraid of losing yourself in this relationship. You're afraid of becoming the pool queen. Exactly, I say, relieved that she understands. I don't want to be the pool queen. I want to be me. I want to have my own life. I want to have my own identity. Then you need to talk to Liam, Sarah says. You need to tell him how you're feeling. You need to set some boundaries. And you need to make sure that you're both on the same page. I know, I say, sighing, but I'm afraid of hurting him. He's so happy, and his dad is finally relaxing. I don't want to ruin everything. You won't ruin everything, Sarah says. You'll make it stronger. Because honesty is the foundation of any good relationship. And if Liam truly cares about you, he'll understand. Sarah's right. I need to be honest with Liam, but the thought of having that conversation terrifies me. As I prepare for our second date, I can't help but feel a sense of dread. What if Liam doesn't understand? What if he's disappointed? What if this is the end of our budding romance? I take a deep breath and remind myself that honesty is always the best policy, even if it means risking everything. And so, with a heavy heart, I head to the pool, ready to face whatever the night may bring. The pool at night is a completely different world. The harsh glare of the sun has been replaced by the soft glow of strategically placed string lights. The echoing shouts of children are gone, replaced by the gentle lapping of water against the tiled edge. The air is cooler, quieter, and charged with a sense of magic. Liam is waiting for me, a nervous smile on his face. He set up a blanket near the deep end, complete with candles, pillows, and a picnic basket. Wow, I say, taking it all in. This is amazing. I wanted to do something special, Liam says, his voice soft. Something just for us. He leads me to the blanket, and we settle down, the silence broken only by the chirping of crickets. This is so beautiful, I say, looking around. Thank you. You're welcome, Liam says. I'm glad you like it. He opens the picnic basket, revealing a spread of cheese, crackers, fruit, and a bottle of sparkling cider. I thought we could have a starlight swim and a picnic, Liam says. If you're up for it. A starlight swim sounds perfect, I say, trying to sound enthusiastic. But inside, I'm a mess of anxiety. This is the moment I have to tell him how I'm feeling. We change into our swimsuits in the dimly lit locker rooms, then emerge back into the night, The water shimmers invitingly under the moonlight. Liam dives in first, followed by me. The cool water envelops me, washing away some of my tension. We swim in silence for a few minutes, enjoying the peacefulness of the night. Then I know I can't put it off any longer. Liam, I say, stopping in the middle of the pool, there's something I need to tell you. He stops swimming and looks at me, his expression concerned. What is it? Is everything okay? Everything's great, I say, trying to reassure him. But I've been doing a lot of thinking lately, and I need to be honest with you. I take a deep breath. I've been feeling a little overwhelmed with everything that's been happening. With the pool, with your dad, with us. Liam's face falls. Overwhelmed? What do you mean? I mean that I'm really enjoying spending time with you, I say quickly. I think you're amazing, and I love what we've built together. But I also need my own space. I need to be able to focus on my own life, my own friends, my own goals. I pause, waiting for his reaction. He's silent, his eyes fixed on me. I'm afraid that I'm losing myself in this relationship, I continue. And I don't want that to happen. I want to be with you, but I also want to be me, Liam sighs, running a hand through his wet hair. I get it, he says, his voice low. I guess I got a little carried away. I was so happy that you were in my life, that I didn't stop to think about what you needed. It's not your fault, I say. I should have said something sooner. I just didn't want to hurt you. You're not hurting me, Liam says. You're being honest, and I appreciate that. I want you to be happy, even if that means we have to slow things down a little. Relief washes over me. He understands. He actually understands. Thank you, I say, tears welling up in my eyes. Thank you for being so understanding. Of course, Liam says, smiling softly. I care about you, and I want what's best for you. He swims closer and takes my hand. So, what do you want to do? He asks. I want to spend time with you, I say. But I also want to spend time with my friends. I want to pursue my hobbies. I want to have a life outside of the pool. Okay, Liam says. We can do that. We can make it work. We just need to communicate and be honest with each other. Exactly, I say, squeezing his hand. We spend the rest of the night talking, sharing our hopes and fears, and reaffirming our commitment to each other. It's a difficult conversation, but it's also incredibly rewarding. We leave the pool that night, feeling closer and more connected than ever before. And as I drive home, I realize that honesty really is the best policy, even when it's scary, even when it's difficult, because true love is about supporting each other's dreams and respecting each other's needs. And that, my friends, is something worth fighting for. The days that follow are a delicate dance of finding balance. Liam and I carve out time for each other, but we also make a conscious effort to pursue our individual interests. I reconnect with old friends, take a pottery class, and finally finish that novel I've been meaning to write. Liam spends more time with his own friends, joins a local volleyball team, and even starts taking guitar lessons. The pool remains a central part of our lives, but it's no longer the only part. Mr. Henderson continues to embrace the more relaxed atmosphere, adding new programs and activities to cater to a wider range of interests. The pool is thriving, and so is our relationship. One sunny afternoon, I find Pearl sitting on her usual bench near the kiddie pool. I hesitate for a moment, wondering if I should approach her. But then I remember Sarah's words. Be kind. You never know what someone else is going through. I take a deep breath and walk over to her. Hi, Pearl, I say, smiling. How are you doing? Pearl looks up, surprised to see me. Oh, she says, her voice less frosty than usual. It's you. Yeah, it's me, I say. I was just wondering how you're doing. I haven't seen you around much lately. I've been under the weather, Pearl says, her voice barely a whisper. My husband passed away last month. My heart clenches with sympathy. I had no idea. Oh, Pearl, I say, reaching out to take her hand. I'm so sorry. I didn't know. Pearl's eyes fill with tears. It's been difficult, she says, her voice cracking. He loved this pool. We used to come here every day together. I'm so sorry for your loss, I say again, squeezing her hand. Is there anything I can do? Just sit with me for a while, Pearl says, wiping her eyes. Just keep me company. I sit down beside her and we talk for a long time. She tells me stories about her husband, about their life together, about their love for the pool. I listen patiently, offering words of comfort and support. As we talk, I realize that Pearl isn't just a judgmental old woman. She's a grieving widow, struggling to cope with the loss of her soulmate. She's been coming to the pool for years, finding solace and comfort in the familiar surroundings. And she's been lashing out because she's hurting. I'm sorry I was so rude to you that day, Pearl says, her voice barely audible. I was just angry, and I took it out on you. It wasn't fair. It's okay, I say, squeezing her hand again. I understand. We all make mistakes. You're a good person, Pearl says, looking at me with watery eyes. You have a kind heart. Don't ever lose that. And then she says something that completely catches me off guard. You know, she says, my husband always said that I needed to loosen up. He said I needed to learn to enjoy life more. He said I needed to untie my own bikini top. One stare at her, stunned. Did she just? Pearl chuckles, a small, watery chuckle. He meant it metaphorically, of course, she says. But he was right. I need to let go. I need to embrace life. I need to untie my own bikini top. I smile, tears welling up in my own eyes. I think you're on the right track, I say. Just keep swimming. And so, with a newfound sense of understanding and compassion, I leave Pearl to her grief. But as I walk away, I realize that I've learned a valuable lesson. Everyone is fighting a battle you know nothing about. Be kind. Always. And sometimes, the most judgmental people are the ones who need the most love. Years pass. The pool becomes a true community hub. Liam eventually taking over full management from his father, who finally takes that cruise, implements programs for underprivileged kids, seniors, and people with disabilities. The pool hosts fundraisers for local charities, swimming lessons for refugees, and even art classes on the deck. It's a place where everyone is welcome, regardless of their background or ability. Liam and I build a life together, navigating the ups and downs with love, laughter, and a shared commitment to making the world a better place. We continue to pursue our individual interests, supporting each other's dreams every step of the way. One warm summer evening, Liam suggests a moonlit swim at the pool. It's our anniversary, the anniversary of the infamous bikini top incident. I laugh, remembering the chaos of that day. As we float in the water, surrounded by the soft glow of the string lights, Liam takes my hand. You know, he says, his voice soft, that day at the pool changed my life. Mine too, I say, smiling. I never thought I'd find someone who could challenge my dad's rules, inspire me to be a better person, and make me laugh every single day, Liam says. He pauses, then pulls a small velvet box from his pocket. My heart leaps into my throat. He opens the box, revealing a beautiful diamond ring. Protagonist name, Liam says, his eyes shining. Will you marry me? Will you be my pool queen? Tears stream down my face. Yes, I whisper, choking back a sob. Yes, 1,000 times yes. Liam slips the ring on my finger, and we kiss. A long, passionate kiss that seals our commitment to each other. As we celebrate our engagement, I realize that this is just the beginning of a lifetime of love, laughter, and making a difference in the world. We continue to work together to make the pool an even better place. We start a scholarship fund for aspiring lifeguards, organize a community garden on the pool grounds, and even build a small library where people can borrow books. The pool becomes more than just a place to swim. It becomes a place to connect, to learn, to grow, to heal. It becomes a true reflection of our values. And Pearl? She becomes our most loyal supporter. She volunteers at the pool, helping with events and offering words of wisdom to the younger generation. She even learns to swim. One day, as I'm walking through the pool, I overhear Pearl talking to a group of teenagers. You know, she's saying, life is too short to be serious all the time. You need to learn to let go, to have fun, to untie your own bikini top. The teenagers laugh, but they're also listening intently. I smile, feeling a sense of peace and contentment wash over me. The pool has transformed, and so have I. I came to the pool that day looking for a way to escape the heat. I ended up finding so much more: love, friendship, purpose, and a whole new perspective on life. And it all started with a simple act of rebellion: untying my bikini top. So, to anyone out there who's feeling trapped, overwhelmed, or afraid to take a risk, I have one piece of advice: untie your own bikini top. Metaphorically, of course. Because you never know what amazing things might happen when you dare to break the rules. And who knows, you might even find your own pool prince. Years later, I sit on a lifeguard stand, a purely ceremonial role now, of course, watching my grandchildren splash in the pool. Liam, his hair now silvered but his eyes still sparkling with the same mischievous glint, sits beside me, holding my hand. Our children, now grown, are scattered around the pool deck, laughing and chatting with friends and family. The air is filled with the familiar sounds of summer, the splashing of water, the laughter of children, the gentle murmur of conversation. Pearl's great-grandchildren are building sandcastles near the kiddie pool, their faces smeared with sunscreen and joy. Her legacy lives on, a testament to the power of forgiveness and the importance of embracing life's simple pleasures. The pool is still a vibrant community hub, a place where everyone is welcome. It continues to offer programs and services to those in need, guided by the principles of inclusivity, compassion, and fun. Over the years, the story of the bikini top has become a local legend, a tale whispered among the lifeguards and poolgoers. It's a reminder that even the smallest acts of rebellion can have a profound impact. My grandchildren gather around, their eyes wide with anticipation. "Grandma," my granddaughter says, tugging on my sleeve, "tell us the story again." "The story about the bikini top." I smile, leaning back in my chair. All right, I say, chuckling. "But you've heard it a million times." "We don't care," they chorus. "Tell it again." And so I begin to recount the tale of that fateful day, the day I untied my bikini top at the public pool and inadvertently changed the course of my life. I tell them about the heat wave, the pearl-clutching woman, the ridiculously attractive lifeguard, and the transformative power of a little bit of rebellion. As I tell the story, I glance at Liam, his eyes filled with love and amusement. He knows the story by heart, but he never tires of hearing it. When I finish, my grandchildren erupt into applause. "That's the best story ever," my grandson exclaims. "Can we untie our bikini tops too?" my granddaughter asks, her eyes sparkling with mischief. "Not just yet," I say, winking, "but maybe someday, when you're ready to challenge the rules and make the world a better place." As the sun sets, casting a golden glow over the pool, I reflect on the journey that brought me here. From a moment of impulsive defiance to a lifetime of love and purpose, it's been a wild ride. And it all started with a simple act of liberation. A reminder that sometimes the best thing you can do is to untie your own bikini top, to let go of your fears, embrace your passions, and dare to be yourself. Because you never know what amazing things might happen when you do. The end.